Hello, everybody. This is Jamila Blue, astrologer, transformational coach, energetic practitioner, and I am here today to give you the energy update for the week ahead. So, today is July 2nd, and I'm going to be talking about things coming up this week, such as the new moon in Cancer on Friday, and also a couple of other things that are going on. I'm going to talk a little bit about the decans. I'm going to talk a little bit about some essential oils for Cancer season, and I'm going to talk about how to best utilize the energies of the new moon as well as over the course of the next couple of days. So let's get on into it. Yeah, so I have to laugh because I've done this video like 5 times now. I'm just going to blame it on Saturn going into retrograde because it's just becoming comical how many times I've needed to do this for various reasons. I was outside, my phone overheated, got cut off. Then it recorded sideways. YouTube doesn't like sideways. Here nor there. All I can say is let's do this one more time, and hopefully this time it will be the best one yet. I've had a little practice. All right, so today at 11:50 a.m., the moon went into Gemini, and we are also in the second decan of Cancer, which is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, so it brings in this extra quality of air with the Cancer being in a water sign. So air has to do with our thoughts, it's our ideas, it's how we communicate. All of those things are Mercury ruled. Mercury loves, he's the messenger of the gods, and he just loves to communicate. And also, that Gemini energy also brings in things like friends, neighbors, social connections, writing, journaling, podcasting, ways in which we communicate. It's also short travel, like not traveling across the country, but traveling locally, and all of those things. So just the way that we connect with others, it's very social. It likes that chatter. It loves information. And with us being in Cancer season right now, it's going to be information. It's going to be information around what is what is stable and secure and of value to us, how we protect ourselves and nurture ourselves. And so it's going to prefer meaningful connections with Sun Cancer. Cancer loves those meaningful connections and heartfelt one-on-one connections. And so you might be experiencing a lot of that over the next couple of days while the moon is in Gemini, where he will be until Thursday afternoon at 4:51 p.m. So we've got a couple of days. The next couple of days are going to be filled with lots of chatter and communication and ways to be able to connect with each other. The moon is also going to be conjunct Jupiter late tonight, early tomorrow at, I want to say, 3:04 a.m. And so if you see this video in time and you want to be able to maximize this energy, it's a great time to put up your social media posts. It's a great time to focus on, like if you're a writer, if you want to get some writing out, it would be great for that. Also a great time to put up some podcasts, those sorts of things. Ideal to be able to maximize that if you catch this in time. Otherwise, the moon will be back in Gemini conjuncting Jupiter in the future. So the next go round will be a great time to capture that as well. So with it being Mercury ruled decan, it can also cause us to just mentally spin out. It's just a lot of communication overload, especially as the moon is coming so close to Jupiter. Jupiter expands. He's the bringer of gifts, and he expands everything that he touches. So expansive communications. Um, and it can just be, like I said, that overwhelm, that, you know, too much information. If you can't sleep tonight, that could be very well why. So, a great way to be able to help out with those spinning thoughts is to be able to have some lavender, before you go to bed, or take some ashwagandha or some melatonin or something, really to be able to help bring down your nervous system. So, any type of adaptogens are super helpful to regulate our nervous system because it's really nervous system overload. Um, so, just being able to dissipate that, to ground it out, is a great thing to do. And while I'm talking about Jupiter and Gemini, I last month when Jupiter entered Gemini, I created this essential oil blend, which is very, very lovely. I call it Expanding Wonder. And I did it right at the time that Jupiter went into Gemini. I did a whole little ritual with it with my yantra and some mantras, and it was just like a whole thing. So if it's filled with all kinds of yummy, delicious, it smells so good. It has orange and lavender and spearmint and green mandarin and lang lang and tangerine and others as well. And so if you are interested in that, make sure you send me a message and I will connect you with some Expanding Wonder. It will help you touch base, touch into your curiosity, inner child, and just feel more playful and young at heart. So, super great for those sorts of things, especially while Jupiter is in Gemini for the next year. So, great time. Just thought that I'd throw that in. Anyway, so as the moon on Thursday, the moon is going to go into Cancer. Now, at this point in time, we are in the last closing phase of the waning moon. So the moon is getting closer and closer and closer to finishing its full lunar cycle before it goes into the new moon on Friday. And so once the moon goes into Cancer, once again at 4:51 p.m. on Thursday, there's going to be a real shift in energy. Cancer is about nurturing and protecting and knowing that our needs are being met. When you think about Cancer, it's that crab with the shell, right? So he is very resourced and he has his home on his back wherever he should go. He wants to make sure he is well protected, stable, and all of his needs are being met, and that self-sufficiency. So in this last phase of the moon, you may really feel like isolating. You may feel like pulling out that weighted blanket and being under it, just having that extra support and, just to feel, to go in within yourself. So the last phase of the moon, especially right those last hours before the new moon, are so important to really give yourself that nurture. A nice hot long bath would be very, very lovely. To be able to just stay home and just isolate and just really go deep within yourself is a great way to be able to maximize this energy. You're probably not going to want to do a whole lot. And if you've got lots of plans and you're just not feeling it, honor yourself and just don't go there. Give yourself that time and the reflection and that inward attention that you need to be able to really, be your best self. Once the moon hits the new moon phase, that's actually on Friday at 6:57 p.m. When it comes to the new moon, you don't want to do your new moon ritual before the new moon because we're still in that last phase of the moon cycle. You want to wait until 6:57 p.m. or thereafter Ideally, while the moon is still in Cancer, so the moon will be in Cancer up until 11:54 p.m. on Saturday. So you've got a good day and a half to be able to really maximize that time, to be able to settle into what does your new moon ritual look and feel like, to really go into your inner resources and really feel into what that shift is for you. So this new moon, well, it's 6 months into the year. All of those big ambitions that we had in January, this is that halfway point. This is the time to be able to reflect, to decide, is are those plans working for me? Am I where I need to be at this time? And not to approach it from a judgmental point of view, but an observer or witness. What is working? What is not working? How do I need to pivot? What are the new things that I want to bring in over the course of the next 6 months between now and the next Capricorn new moon, late December, early January, which will be the fullness. It'll be like this whole moon cycle will finish then. So it's so their new moon cycle, it's layers within layers within layers. So you may have before, if you've listened to me before, it's kind of like that Russian doll. There's the layers within the layers. And so this new moon, each moon cycle is a moon cycle, 28 days. And then there's the larger cycles that are, throughout the year as well as beyond. But I'm not going to get into that now. That's like a whole other thing. So we're not going to go there. So I just want to encourage you to revisit what's working, what's not working, what do I need to shift and adjust as I go through to visualize the remainder of my year ahead. And find ways to nurture yourself. Find ways to love yourself. Find ways to be able to give yourself, that to mother yourself. Cancer is moon ruled, and moon often represents that nurturing, motherly attention. And whether or not you had a mother that was able to give you that really good nurturing or not, some of us have, some of us have not. We each have an idea of what that nurturing, mothering energy feels like. And to be able to really tap into that, visualize that for yourself. One of my favorite essential oils for Cancer season is myrrh. I love myrrh. Myrrh, it's a little sticky. If you look at this one, it's the cap isn't on, so it's on, but it's like stuck at the top. It needs to go into some hot water to loosen up, and it's a little hard to get out sometimes, myrrh is. But it's a fantastic oil to really be able to break through any of those trust issues that we have around receiving, nurturing, and love. And it's also very, very good for tapping into this great divine Mother Earth energy. Our Mother Earth supplies all that we need. She is the giver. She gives us all that we need for our sustenance, for our health. We always know where the ground is below our feet. We can always be steady. And so that trust that comes with that knowingness, sometimes along the way that's been damaged, and it can be hard sometimes to break through that. Myrrh is an excellent oil to help us break through those barriers of receiving love and nurturing. So it's one of my favorite oils for Cancer. There's a couple of other oils as well. Jasmine is one of my other favorite moon oils, as well as cypress. Jasmine also brings in some healthy sexuality. So if you really want to connect to that divine, sacred, sexual energy, jasmine is really good for that, for the moon energy. All right, so there is that. Saturday evening at 11:55 is when the moon will move into Leo. That's going to be another big shift in energy. And so that the emotional quality that Cancer can bring is going to shift into um, more of that fiery Leo energy where it's really great at being able to take the ideas and our intentions that we have set for this new moon on Friday and begin to be creative with it, to be able to put it into a creative thing. Um, Being able to really, you know, whether it's painting it or creating a poem for it or whatever it might be. So just being able to put in that creative energy. Leo is a very creative um, sign. And so it's a great way to take that new moon intention and bring it into a creation of some sort. However, I will say that it won't be until Tuesday before you begin to feel that energy pick up where things begin to move towards whatever your intention is. So you'll have a couple of days to really kind of sit into it and settle into it, your intentions and the ways that you want to pivot and move forward. Um, for the remainder of the year, what resonates with you, what is true for you, what is no longer true for you, any of those things. So, just to recap, Thursday, once we get to that new moon time, great time to visualize where you are now, what's working, what's not, what can you do to nourish yourself, support yourself, bake yourself some cookies or bake some cookies for someone you love. Chocolate chip is my favorite, just saying. Anyway, so just a great time to be able to do that. Also, something else that you can also do is, I may have said it, I don't remember. Like I said, I've done this video 5 times now. You may want to write a love letter to yourself, not like love as in I am, passionately in love with you, more of like a motherly love, someone who, like a letter to yourself as if you were writing it to your mother, whether it's to yourself or to your mother or to a motherly figure. And, even if that person is no longer with us, you can still write you can still write it out. And the same thing with your intentions as you visualize your time and what you want to bring into this new moon cycle, being able to write those things out, being able to, I like to, do things like with the moon, I like to bring in silver or reflective surfaces like mirrors or moonstones or, those moon qualities, the blues and the grays of that moon quality, like those colors, being able to bring those in. And then when it comes to the full moon, I'll then take whatever those intentions were from the new moon and I'll have a full moon ritual where I will burn and release them. And I'll kind of hold on to them until then. So everybody has their own unique way of being able to tap into the new moon and full moon cycles. That's one of the things that I do. You can do that or do what feels right for you. I'm just giving you some ideas. So there is that. All right. I think that I've covered everything that I'd like to cover. Just a reminder, if you'd like to set up a astrology appointment with me, you can go to my website. I've got an appointment scheduler where you can schedule a virtual appointment with me. Also, my transformational coaching, you can do a strategy session, or if you are here locally and would like to have some energy work done, I would love to be able to provide that for you. Just go ahead and schedule a time to meet, and we will get together and take care of those needs that you have. Hope that you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you on the other side, y'all. Take care.